Yields back. Chair recognizes Ms. Greene.
Thank you. Ms. Crockett, I do agree with you about Tyree Nichols' death. I watched the video and it was tragic and extremely difficult to watch. I would also like to point out that that city is Democrat controlled and the 5 officers that have been arrested and charged are black. And I think that this isn't an issue of racism or anything like that. I think that the judge and the jury and the trial needs to work out what happened there, but I share that with you. But I'd like to also point something that I'd hope you share with me. There's a woman in this room whose daughter was murdered on January 6th, Ashley Babbitt. And Ashley Babbitt there's never been a trial. As a matter of fact, no one has cared about the person that shot and killed her, and no one in this Congress has really addressed that issue. January 6th committee didn't address it. And I believe that there are many people that came into the Capitol on January 6th whose civil rights and liberties are being violated heavily. And this committee will, I hope, Mr. Chairman, look into those civil rights abuses because they're happening in a jail right here in this city. And I hope Ms. Norton will care about that as well. As well as jails across the country. I've been in that jail. And it's not just the January 6th defendants pre-trial, by the way. It's many of the inmates in there living in horrific conditions. So I think that's something that you and I can care about.
Will the gentlelady yield just for a moment?
No, I will not yield. But I would like to say and point out that civil rights and liberties are important, but we have to make sure that we crack down on the two-tier justice system because that needs to end. I yield back the remainder of my time.
The lady yields back. Any further? Seeing none, the question is on the amendment. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
I'd like to request a recorded vote, Mr. Chairman.
Recorded vote has been requested. Roll call votes will be postponed and the time will be announced in advance. Are there any other amendments?
Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 7 to the rules of the Committee on Oversight and Accountability as offered by Representative Donalds.
Chair recognizes Mr. Donalds for 5 minutes.
Well, Mr. Chairman, and to the members, what my rule would do is actually what we've been doing under the discussion of the rules of this committee. For the freshmen who are just here, people who've watched committees, obviously for my colleagues who have been here for a very long time, the process of all the committees in Congress has typically been seniority recognition. So the members typically come in by their seniority, you have your 5 minutes, you're recognized, and not all members, but a lot of our members do leave at the end of their 5 minutes. So when we have witnesses in the room, what you actually witness is a situation where there is no dialogue between the members of Congress. There is a back and forth with witnesses who are in the room, and then there is no broader discussion by the committee. My rule change, what it would provide is an ability for all members to be recognized through the chair, so that the members at their discretion of when they want to engage in dialogue would go through the chair. You wouldn't be constrained to simply your 5 minutes. You would have an ability to engage in dialogue, whether it's with a witness directly that says something later in discussion that you want to come back and circle around and speak to, or to even have dialogue through witnesses with members on the other side of the aisle. This rule change actually facilitates debate in committees, something that I've found coming as a freshman we do very little of in committees. This rule change will actually help our committees be more efficient in time, because instead of being structured in 5-minute blocks where obviously we have many staff members in the room, where the staff write our commentary to 5 minutes, it would give us the ability to actually get to the point. And sometimes instead of needing 5 minutes, you only need 2, or maybe even 1. The third thing it will do is that we have issues with government officials who do have to come before this committee, and sometimes their time is limited. And so what this amendment will provide for is the ability for their time to be respected and for the members of the committee, some of course who have less seniority, you freshmen, have the ability to engage with these members before they have to leave, because some of them only have 2 hours or 3 hours. So that is the structure of the amendment, Mr. Chairman. Now, I will also add that I'm aware that there are members on my side of the aisle who have concerns about this amendment, because we are in a process where we kind of structure our days and our time based upon when we come in and come out. Many of us have committees that meet at the same time, another issue for the structure of the House that I think should be changed. To my colleague on the other side from Florida, we know how that works in the state legislature, where you actually schedule your committees in blocks so members can be where they need to be. But because this is something that is new to Congress, and I think this is something that Congress does need, but also to respect the discretion of our chair, my hope is that the chairman would work with us all to try to make sure we facilitate more debate in our process, because in the Oversight Committee, we are going to be touching many topics that are going to require the debate of the members through witnesses, instead of just speechifying to the witnesses for clips and reels and all that fun stuff. So in the essence of being supportive of my chair and wanting to make sure they're working effectively and efficiently in this committee, I am going to withdraw my amendment. But I do think it's something that the members should think about, not just in this Congress, but in the evolution of Congress in the years to come. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Gentleman yields back, and if I may respond, I'll work with you on that. I agree with what you're saying, and we'll make every accommodation possible to do exactly what you just said there. So, any other members seek recognition on amendments? Seeing none, we're going to recess until 12:30, and then we'll have those votes at 12:30, and we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible. We want to be very efficient and respectful of your time, but we'll have 10 minutes to gather everybody up for votes, and then or 11 minutes, and then we'll have votes at promptly 12:30. Recess. The committee's now in recess.